It's 6:03 p.m. I'd like to call the meeting to order, Franklin Tourism Commission, and go through roll call. For board members that are present, if you can acknowledge by saying here. Ed Hulfar.
Here.
Jeff Kudersky. Excused absence. Sean Marefka, also an excused absence. Lance Schaefer, here. Mark Wiley.
Here.
And Barbara Wesner.
Here.
It is now 6:04, and I'd like to open the citizen comment period. Looking around the room, I don't see any citizens present to comment. So seeing no citizens available for comment, I'd like to close the citizen comment period at 6:04 p.m. Moving on to agenda item 3, the Franklin Field Engage Franklin update. Mark, do you have information?
So we've made a lot of progress with Rock from last year to this year. They have a partner manager that is very attentive to working with us and fulfilling all the terms of the contract. I believe that they're in full compliance with our existing contract as it is. So we do have, I was going to ask you, did you like those seats?
They were wonderful seats. I did not. I was calling the balls and strikes as well as the outfits. Let's put it that way.
So what they moved us this year, we have two rows of 4 seats that are right behind home plate. Mm-hmm. And we were over third base last year. So it's a much better,
very nice.
Much better arrangement.
I think we were in roll, is it 2 and 3 or 1 and 2?
1 and 2.
1 and 2 are right in front.
And so some people have made use of the tickets and some people have not, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the year we'll even up with them.
And Mark, just on that point, to be clear, if we have a request, funnel that through you?
Yeah. Let me know by email, and what I do is I've got an account with them and I'll just forward the tickets to you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And it works very well. Mm-hmm. As long as you've got an Apple Wallet.
Yeah, that helps.
So they've been very responsive to us. We sponsored opening night. We are sponsoring Saturday, July 9th. And we are sponsoring another one in August. I believe it's the fireworks night.
Is that a weekday night? That last in August, is that weekday or is it a weekend?
I believe it's a Saturday.
Saturday. Okay.
As part of that, we have the opportunity to throw out the opening pitch if we want. Anybody wants to, just let me know. I'll make that arrangement. But they are, like I said, they're in full compliance, I believe, with the naming rights agreement. And we do have the other 2. They've done another thing. What they did was they made a monument and they put this schedule up there on the outside. And on one side of it, it has this. On the other side, it shows the 3 games that are sponsored by tourism. So we're getting a lot more billing as Tourism Commission this year than we did. So that's essentially my update there. We have expressed interest in sponsoring part of Lux Golf. We have expressed interest in sponsoring Hill Has Eyes. Or last year they gave us Hill Has Eyes to make up for some of the shortfalls from the naming rights. Mm-hmm. They are supposed to generate a proposal for us, much like what we've done in the outfield at Franklin Field, where it says Franklin Tourism or Franklin. And so there'll be something like that we can do at Lux Golf. I don't know that they're going to have PA readings or anything like that or videos. I don't know the extent of that yet. We do have a opening video that's maybe 10 minutes before the game starts that shows clips from previous games and things around Franklin. Mm-hmm. And we do have a script that is read one time during the game. So that's the update on that. Things are going well. Michael's been very responsive to our requests. Nathan is the partner manager, and he's extremely responsive.
They haven't been here for a while. Are they planning on
I
coming?
don't know. They were coming as part of Engage Franklin, and Sean is actually heading that up, that side of it. So we've separated Milkman versus Engage Franklin. I can ask them.
Because I'm really anxious to see where the Engage part is, because I'm anxious to have that start getting out to the other businesses in the community.
Exactly.
And
Just like the concert series that started, and that was one of the prime things that we used, or that we wanted to see go that way.
And then the other thing is I'm hoping John can either, if we have the opportunity for potential people moving in, or as a thank you for some of these larger corporations, and
Mhm.
they may be able to generate some sponsorships out of that.
Right.
So, if we have the tickets, I'm hoping that ethically there's no problem with, you inviting some people to a game, or that might be a nice enhancement.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so I will ask Nathan tomorrow when I give him an update, because you're right. It's been probably since last year that they were here, because I don't think they were.
Well, they did one update, and they told us that, they were working on, they're going to keep the legal status of it, of the corp the way it was, and that's great, and it all sounds like it's going in the right direction. I was at a South Suburban Chamber meeting and met the lady that does all the activities for Greendale.
Okay.
And it's just like, man, we got to get out there and we got to start doing stuff with the rest of the community.
Yeah.
Getting that part promoted.
Yeah, and I thought that they had the contract ready to go. So, but we have not seen that, as far as I know.
I haven't.
And Sean's not said anything about it to me. So I'll find out.
Have any of the nonprofits in the city requested tickets?
No.
Can we encourage them to do that? I mean, I have some that I would like to.
Yeah.
Just
we
let
can.
them know that we can do this.
That's what I've got here is a calendar that I made up of who's used them and who's asked for them.
Okay.
So if there are some, let me know and we can take care of that.
Okay.
I think last year we did donate some tickets to nonprofits, and there was no discussion about that. We just had the tickets available.
Right.
Nobody was using them. We said,
Right.
sure, here's 8 tickets.
The other thing is the library does their summer reading program. And they always have some gifts and prizes for kids, especially. I mean, that'd be a perfect fit.
Well, and one of the things along that line, Sean and I talked about. So we are allowed 2 special appearances by Bovine or by players, and he has asked that one of those be for Franklin Little League, to have them all get together, and we just have to schedule that. So, like I said, there's another one that's available. That could be something we do too down the road.
Okay.
All right. Any other comments? Remarks? All right.
I would just say there is no Engage Franklin update today, so
Right.
we'll have to find out about that.
Moving on then to the Car Collective Partnership proposal.
So this is something Sean must have been having discussions with these people, and I will pass this around, and you'll see why I only printed one, because I was out of a lot of toner. But what he wants us to, he said he would forward this on to everybody once he gets back from New York. But he feels that this would be something that they could help us with, as far as what you were saying, like what Greendale has done and what Oak Creek does. But have and essentially pick up, and I see the invoice here for the website, pick up things that we've done or that we started and have kind of fallen by the wayside, And so his intent was just to make us aware of this activity and then send out the information and have them come to the next meeting and we'll talk about, because he's not shared with me any of the costs. And I don't know that he's actually gotten a proposal. But that's what it is. It's a marketing company.
That apparently works with Marquette students.
It does. They use
Okay.
Marquette.
Okay.
He said the purpose is to be a partnered company that we can use to push out tourism marketing and work on special projects like the bathroom signage and the kiosks and hotels. So working with people like you, Lance. They partner with Marquette and use students to help assist in projects. Eric Brooks, who I guess he's the founder. Used to be in South Milwaukee politics.
Yeah.
He's thinking it would be beneficial to have them so we can move forward on all of our projects and we don't have to do the work. And then his final comment was he would explain more next meeting and will email costs for a scope of work, but wanted to get it in front of everybody. So at least you're familiar with the term and who the entity is and information to come.
So the information that you're looking at, Barbara,
It's kind of their outline of some of the things what they do, what they've done. Eric Brooks, I believe, was mayor of either South Milwaukee or Cudahy. I'm not sure which. It was one of those. Was it South Milwaukee? Okay.
As I looked at that, it was kind of like the pieces that we saw from who's the company that did our logo?
Those guys.
oh,
Yeah, those guys.
Adam, yeah.
You know who I mean?
Yeah.
The guys that we don't use anymore.
Right.
Yeah. Theo or
But that's what it seemed like, was here's some examples of things we've done, here's some things we'd like to do for you, and that's as far as it goes.
Okay.
I'm assuming this would be in lieu of actually hiring someone.
This, yeah, I believe so. I believe this would be what we would use the budget item called marketing. And I don't know that we kept the person, the salary for the person.
Okay.
I know that Rock is not interested in hiring a person because they've got Nathan. And I don't think we're interested in hiring a person.
Right.
But this, yes, so you're right, this would be in lieu of that.
Okay.
Okay. Any other comments on the partnership proposal? So, Mark, Sean sent you this information, or did this come through?
He sent that information to me and
Okay.
Sandy,
Okay.
along with
And
the
it's-
initial agenda.
Okay. And then the idea would be that may go out through Sandy, might go out to commission members prior to the next meeting, or maybe just this is an introduction and.
I think his intention was to mail that to everybody once he gets back, and
Okay.
along with the scope of what the budgetary scope is.
Okay.
He and I have been playing phone tag and text tag, and
It's a tough time of year.
well, and it's difficult to share information between us all with some of the meeting laws and everything.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah,
That's a challenge.
Yeah.
And the guys at Rock laugh at me. They're like, "We can't believe you guys get anything done."
Well. All right. So the next item is voucher approvals. Mark, do you have those?
I see two of them here.
All right.
One is postage costs of $162.40 for mailing Franklin Magazine /brochure.
All right.
The second one this is $863.52 for 2 years website hosting. Tourism Commission CelebrateFranklin.com website.
Who is the vendor then on that voucher? I think we'll answer our question about our previous.
GoDaddy.com.
Oh, okay. No, that's just the actual domain hosting that.
Yeah,
And that first one, what Franklin Magazine was that?
I don't have that information.
It just says Franklin Magazine? I don't know what that would be.
It just says, here's the first quarter postage charges for the Tourism Commission. So that's all it says, is tourism, and there's other accounts here within the city. And ours is $162.40.
And then that domain hosting was 2 years worth of domain hosting?
2
for-
years. And I'm looking to see if it has any more detail.
And is that just one URL or is it a couple that we've,
What it says here it's handwritten in to Tourism Commission's CelebrateFranklin.com website.
CelebrateFranklin.com, all right.
And it's the GoDaddy voucher.
It's $800 some dollars.
$863.52.
And the other one was the mailing charges were $162.40.
Correct.
Any other, I'll have to be honest that I don't have many more details on what Mark shared on those vouchers. But if anybody else does, feel free to chime in. Otherwise,
What's the due date?
For the the postage cost, it was invoiced on March 31st. And for the website it was invoiced on 6/10/22.
and again, that is not for, it's I'm guessing for the next year from some point now into the,
It doesn't show, well, it has a transaction date, post date.
I just
Well,
find that
GoDaddy does
about,
everything in advance, so you
right,
pay up front.
that just seems, it seems a little
High.
high. for
Well,
domain
and I guess
hosting.
the question, you
I'm
guys
not
probably know better than I, who's maintaining this
Yeah.
site.
Well, so and I don't know who James Metelsky is.
He's the director of IT.
Yeah.
Okay,
For
somebody
the
in the
city.
city.
Okay.
So he says the GoDaddy bill is for the tourism website. In hindsight, I guess it was good the bill was charged to my credit card instead of Callie's, since hers probably no longer exists. That's probably true. It looks like this renewed for another 2 years. Hopefully
2 years.
Theo, and so Theo is the company I was
Yeah,
trying to think
right.
of. Hopefully Theo is updating and maintaining the site. There is a great question if anyone is even looking at it.
Yeah. Well, that makes me, okay, 2-year renewal makes a little more sense, $400 a year.
The other question is a bigger question, and I don't know that it pertains to the voucher part of it, but I mean, is that gonna be competing with Engage Franklin and
That's a very good question,
their site?
right?
I don't know.
Yeah. And it sounds like this charge for 863 was placed on someone's card, and now that they're seeking reimbursement for,
Correct.
the gentleman from the IT department seeking reimbursement for something that's been placed on his credit card at this point. In the past, I think we've been able to entertain, we need approvals, we need to vote on the voucher approvals. Haven't we been able to combine, if we've had multiple vouchers, that we'd be able to combine them in one motion? Does that
I
sound
would think so.
familiar?
So,
Okay.
I would move to approve with the proviso that we initiate some additional discussion going forward on the merits of, keeping it and making sure that it's not going to the website.
For the
part of it,
website,
Right,
right.
that it's not gonna compete, or if it does compete, it's not a problem. And I just think it spurs some more discussion.
Right. So one of the things we need to verify is whether this does compete with what we're gonna do with Engage Franklin and possibly this entity as we go forward.
All right. So to summarize your motion, Ed, then you're motioning to approve the 2 vouchers, the one for $162.40, which is a postage reimbursement for some mail-outs of collateral material, and also the 2-year domain renewal for GoDaddy for $863.52,
Correct.
subject to,
Well,
or, what would be the, with the understanding
Here we go.
that further, the commission looks at the issues involved with Engage Franklin's URL and domain name and possible conflicts with the
Because the
current.
bill technically has already been paid.
Yes.
We're just transferring the funds to his account, so.
That's what I interpret from this.
Okay, so if a motion's on the table, do I hear a second?
I second.
Second by Mark. All those in favor say aye.
I,
Opposed? Motion passes.
So then I will sign these and leave them here for Sandy.
Right.
With that thing.
All right. The next agenda item is next meeting. And I think if we, typically we might have something inserted before here as other business, but I don't think I want to go there if we don't have it on our agenda for this evening. So if we're all
No,
okay
technically
with,
we can't.
right. So if we're all okay with just talking about a time for the next Tourism Commission meeting.
So the next one that was on my calendar is the 20th of July.
20th of July.
Because we had originally set up every third Wednesday, every third Wednesday of the month.
Right.
Which I'm not traveling in July. But that's one person.
as far as I know, I'm okay.
Works for me.
Me too.
Yeah. So then the next meeting would be July 20th, 6 p.m. All right. And
For a motion to adjourn.
a motion for adjourn would
So
be
moved.
so moved. All those
A
in
second.
Second by Mark. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.